In the City of 100 Mysteries, there are 3 massive monoliths intricately carved by ancient people. This forgotten rock weighs up to 1,650 tons and is considered the largest stone ever quarried and crafted by humans on Earth. According to records, they appeared as early as ancient Roman times. So how did the Romans transport those massive stone blocks? How did they exploit them? The more important question is, why would an ancient architectural structure require such massive stones? So, what exactly happened in the end? When it comes to the mysterious structures of ancient times, you certainly can't overlook the Plain of Jars on your exploration list. The temple complex here is truly magnificent, preserving the finest intellectual achievements of the ancients. And one of the notable highlights is the ruins of the Temple of Jupiter. This is considered one of the most ancient and magnificent temples in the world. With a massive size of up to 88 by 48 meters, the structure stands towering on a stone pedestal, rising 13 meters above the surrounding area. The path upward is a massive staircase with 27 steps, each so wide that it can accommodate up to 100 people standing in line. Then it must have been made for giants. After 2,000 years, only 6 of the temple's main pillars remain, each weighing hundreds of tons. Everything is perfectly round and smooth, as if crafted by a colossal, transcendent machine. Standing in the bucket a few kilometers from Mrs. Anbek's house, you can still see these ancient trees. It is the contrast between the smallness of humans and the colossal structures from ancient times. In Anbek, everywhere you look there are massive stone blocks, architectural structures, and enormous walls carved with unbelievably intricate detail. Mrs. Anbek became famous not because of the large rocks, but precisely because of the massive boulders that few people paid attention to. The Temple of Jupiter was built on a foundation of exquisitely carved monolithic stone blocks. They are called the Great Three Stones and are 3 of the 6 largest rocks ever moved by humans in history. Strange, Idon. Then, move to the construction site about 2 kilometers from the current location and place the object at a height of 7 to 8 meters above the base. Their size is very impressive and nearly identical, measuring 19 meters in length, 4.2 meters in width, and 3.6 meters in height. Each block has a volume of over 300 cubic meters and weighs approximately 800 tons. This massive stone block is fitted together with perfect seams, looking as if they are tightly fused together. Not even a single drop of water can pass through the joint's gap. The puzzling thing is that with such rudimentary and manual tools, it was nearly impossible to create such precise lines across a stone surface spanning tens or even hundreds of square meters. Not to mention the perfect architectural harmony. The massive rock alone is enough to astonish anyone, but that's still not the most impressive part. Here, there are 3 even more magnificent and majestic rocks. These rocks are known by names such as Pregnant Stone, Southern Stone, and Forgotten Stone. These 3 monolithic stone blocks do not belong to any known architectural structure of the Albek people. First is the Forgotten Boulder, a stone far surpassing the size of the other 3 large rocks. This figure is truly impressive, weighing 1,650 tons, measuring 19.6 meters in length, 6 meters in width, and a minimum height of 5.5 meters, with a portion still buried deep underground. This is the largest monolithic stone block ever mined and crafted on Earth, discovered by the German Research Institute in 2014. And since then, it has become one of the greatest mysteries in human history. Because it is meticulously trimmed on all 4 edges, perfectly square and so smooth that one could easily slice into it like a piece of butter. The Southern Rock is also a name that stands out, weighing up to 1,242 tons, with a length of approximately 20.5 meters, a width of over 4.56 meters, and a height of 4.5 meters. Finally, the Pregnant Woman Rock weighs over 1,000 tons, measuring 20.76 meters in length, with a base width of 4 meters, a top width exceeding 5 meters, and a height of 4.32 meters. This is also the most beautiful rock among the 3 megaliths, as it stands out above the ground and remains in good condition despite thousands of years of history. No one knows why they were abandoned here. Perhaps their bulky and heavy size made it impossible to move them to the necessary location? Researchers believe that with current technology, there is no way to move these massive stone blocks. Because even using a minimum of 25 heavy-duty crane weights is only enough to lift them, while moving them is completely impossible. According to engineer Okola Mijak's calculations, moving such a massive stone block would require up to 60,000 people. However, in reality, no quarry is large enough to accommodate such an enormous workforce. Even the largest pyramid in Egypt, the heaviest stone block weighs only about 50 tons. The stone blocks crafted at Baalbek are of such size and weight that people today can hardly imagine. There are three important questions raised. How could the ancient Lamech people move such enormous stones? How did they extract them? More importantly, which ancient civilization had the capability to demand such massive stone blocks? It's hard to imagine how the ancients built such massive temples in Baalbek. Even moving those massive stone blocks is an immense challenge for modern science today. Currently, there is still no precise information about the origin of these massive, intricately crafted stone blocks in the US. However, is there any special connection between the large rock at the foot of Dean Jupiter and these three unfinished, massive carved stones? Were they created to build a structure far more magnificent than what we are seeing at Baalbek? According to Doi Ha Lam, in 27 BC, Emperor Augustus made a puzzling decision. That is the construction of the most magnificent and grandiose temple in the city of Sa Soi Hao Lan, Heliopolis, now known as Baalbek. However, this has encountered many puzzling issues. First, why did Emperor Augustus choose a remote place like Baalbek to build such a magnificent and grandiose temple? During the Lamech era, Baalbek was merely a small town nestled along the trade route. That holds no significant religious, cultural, or commercial meaning, besides its function as a favored burial ground for indigenous tribes. It's baffling why an empire from Lin Asia, known for its extravagance and arrogance, would go to such lengths to construct such an ordinary architectural work so far from their homeland. Many researchers have raised the question, is there something special in Baalbek that the people of Lamech have always longed to possess? One thing you won. Second, why is there no trace at all of the process of transporting these stones? To the south of Baalbek lies a quarry, where stone is mined for building temples. But anyone who comes here cannot detect any trace of a road or a path used to transport the stones from the quarry to the temple. This makes people wonder, how were the 800-ton stone blocks transported to the construction site? There are two possible scenarios. Perhaps these stone blocks were moved from ancient times long past, erasing all traces of that path over time. Or perhaps, the ancients didn't need any path at all. Who knows, maybe they possessed devices or technology far beyond our imagination today, allowing them to move those massive stones precisely into place. The Jupiter power source was actually built during the colonial era, but information about it was encoded, fragmented, and scattered. Second, the documents about Jupiter were constructed in coded form during the imperial era, while the exact time of the appearance of the massive rocks weighing thousands of tons remains unclear to this day. According to many research documents, they appeared a very long time ago, even before the Temple of Jupiter was built. The third puzzling issue is why the architectural style in Baalbek is completely different from that of Roman architecture. During the reign of Emperor Augustus, the Romans mastered the technique of using concrete. The Colosseum still stands tall in Rome to this day, a striking testament to its legacy. But the strange thing is that they were not applied in the architecture of Bamberg. Instead of using concrete, Baalbek opted for monolithic stone. No other monolithic stone structure besides Baalbek ever existed in the ancient Lama dynasties. Finally, why are the Great Three Rocks and the three massive boulders more eroded compared to the architecture of the Temple of Jupiter? When studying these massive stone blocks, archaeologists observed that these structures suffered far more severe damage compared to the ruins of the Temple of Jupiter and the two other Lama temples built here. Are all three deities of the Lama temple actually just additions to a pre-existing religious foundation from long ago? And this also helps explain why such a desolate place was chosen to build the temple. Simply because it provides the Augustus case with a ready-made foundation. This is crucial geological evidence, sparking much debate. Let us travel back in time to the history of the ancient Lama civilization, and from there, uncover even deeper hidden truths. There is no trace indicating which civilization created them, nor is it possible to know what their extraordinary techniques were. When the Lamas set foot on Jupiter, if they built upon a foundation laid by an older, more ancient civilization. Those whose identities remain unknown to us even now. Of course, they didn't want to revive that ancient civilization again, for they could never explain it. Please share your thoughts by commenting below the video after watching. Thank you all for always journeying with Ancient World. Now, I'll take my leave and look forward to seeing everyone again.